go into that.
If you had to recommend top 3, and we're going to use this term vaguely, but heavy albums of all time. If you were going to, if someone showed up from Mars and they were like, Bill Gordon, we need to understand your music, and we want to understand what heavy music is. Give us 3 albums.
All right, I'm not going to give you the first one. Everybody should listen to Neurosis, but I'm not going to give you an album. Just pick any record from that catalog. The entire Neurosis catalog, to me, defines heavy music in every level. If you start with the early stuff, it's fast, it's aggressive, it's very crunchy, it's beautiful. There's lots of screaming. You get into the middle, they start blending in more folkish elements, some indie rock elements. They expanded their sound. You listen to the newer stuff, which are very clean vocals, but still very heavy.
Where's True Silver end up on that list?
That is the first record that they expanded their sound, where they started all of a sudden having these epic 9-minute songs that would build up, explode, and that band, to me, there is no equal. They are on their own planet. That's essential listening. You should just buy that entire catalog. I would then tell you to get Sleep's Dope Smoker, which is 1 track, 60+ minutes. And if you've never smoked weed, you will probably be inspired to do so. It's extremely heavy, it's masterfully done, and it's incredible.
I've never heard of this album.
Yeah, it was an obscure album. Most people may know High on Fire now, which is Matt Pike, who was. And
no, I know High on Fire.
Correct. Most people know that. Sleep was ahead of their time. They were doing the whole stoner rock, metal thing long before anybody else was, not including Black Sabbath. But they had these complications with their label, and they decided to record this one album that was 1 track that was 60+ minutes, and it's incredible. And everybody should at least hear it. And then after that, I would say Godflesh. Pretty much everything by Godflesh. Anything by Justin Braga pretty much should be listened to. He's a genius when it comes to this. He's a genius when it comes to wall of noise, which is something that my buddy Valentine is pretty much starting, where it's just so loud, you don't really know what's going on. Godflesh does that really, and they are an incredible band. They were an incredible band. Justin's gone on to do many other things, including Jesse, which is an incredible band. But yeah, I would say Neurosis, Sleep, and Godflesh are a pretty good start. Before you get into all the, the drone stuff like Sun, which is really heavy, but it's one note that stretches for 20 minutes. It's not for everybody.
All right, so same Martians are like, okay, now we want to understand your post-rock 3 albums.
Mono is the band. You should just buy the first 4 Mono albums, and that will take care of you because they're that good.
You can go back to Mars. You're
just
straight.
Take Mono with you because they're better than everybody else, and that's not any kind of disrespect to anyone else.
Wow. That is some serious praise coming from them.
They are incredible, and I've seen them live 4 times now, and they get better every single time. I've seen them with a full orchestra, which was death-defying, if you will. They're incredible. They are an incredible band. They're from Japan, so not everybody is aware of them. Most people think, post-rockers think Explosions in the Sky, who is very good, but Mono is better, a lot better. They're recording a new album when it comes out. You'll want it, without question.
All right, so create a second tier though for 2 other.
I think Signal Hill is a fantastic band, and it's not just because
we're big Signal Hill fans.
Friends with them. I do, and then watch it. But I think what's amazing about Signal Hill, it's not that they're reinventing the wheel by any stretch of the imagination, but they stay with you, which is a trademark for me with bands, regardless of the genre. When you hear a band, you hear a song, and you just want to keep hearing it. You could go days without hearing it, but you still are hearing it. That's how good it is. And Signal Hill's that kind of band to me. The first time I heard Luna Park, which they refused to play live, which killed me.
I don't know what's up.
The first time I heard it was incredible. And like I said, they're not doing anything different that other bands haven't done. It's just they do it so well that you want to keep hearing it.
Signal Hill has this uncanny ability for me, and I'm wondering if this is what we're both sort of honing in on, but it's like perfect soundtrack to my life kind of thing, like because it's not so extreme and like not like I'm going through a tornado or anything, but it's like, oh, my day was stressful, but that's beautiful. Like, this is going on, and like, that's a little bit sad, but this is kind of happy over here, and it stays contained in like the reality of my life if it was set to a music soundtrack.
Yeah, no, that's dead on. That is your theme music. I mean, all their music is that way. Whatever you're doing, it just seems to fit. You're going for a drive, you're going for a run,
Yeah, for
sitting
sure.
at the beach, you're eating dinner.
You're making a video of the last year of your life, and you gotta put a soundtrack behind it. That's my go-to.
Yeah, it just works, and they're that kind of band. They stick around. I wish they could be more active, because then I think more people would become aware of them. Because everybody I know that I've turned on to it has become a huge fan.
Yeah.
They're that kind of band.
And then like the gospel spreads from you, and then I send it out too, and I have the same thing.
Yep. And I think if I took it another step beyond Signal Hill, I think Godspeed You Black Emperor is another band who, they're just like Signal Hill in the sense that the music kind of sticks with you, and it's very cinematic. In fact, most of the time when you see them live, there's a screen behind them or something running on it. They're very artistic. They're a more expansive band. They use more instruments. There's more members. They're from Canada, so there's a different kind of element coming from a different place like that. They're terrific, and I mean, you could really go on for hours about a lot of these bands, and it gets tough in some respects because you don't want to keep saying the same things to describe a similar music, but they all are so unique, and I think that's what's amazing, because normally to separate bands, you need a vocalist, and that's usually the difference. Pearl Jam doesn't sound like Nirvana, because Kurt Cobain and Eddie Vedder sound nothing alike.
Right.
So that's what makes them different. You can call them grunge, sure, but it's not really fair because they sound utterly different. And I think instrumental music sometimes gets a knock, just like jazz does to a lot of people, that it all sounds the same, but it's so far from the truth. All these bands have such a unique thing going on. Mono sounds nothing like Signal Hill. Signal Hill sounds nothing like Godspeed You Black Emperor. Who sounds nothing like Tristeza, but they're all labeled on the same stuff. And I think that's part of the problem.